Here is a battle between Earnhardt and Irwin for the 5th position. And Tony Stewart gets the white flag. One more lap to go. Stewart has a lot of traffic ahead of him, but I don't think it's going to be a factor in the race. They come down the backstretch. Bobby Labonte is still about 5 or 6 car lengths behind him. Here comes Tony Stewart off the corner. And in his 25th NASCAR Winston Cup race, Tony Stewart wins at Richmond International Raceway. Becomes the first rookie in Winston Cup racing to win since Davey Allison at Dover.
All the while, Jarrett, he'll come home 5th or 6th. That'll be enough to continue his way towards a championship. White flag in the air for that man. Tony Stewart, who started 11th, would become only the 2nd driver to win 2 races in his rookie season. Davey Allison, the other in 1987. Tony Stewart off the corner. Checkered flag. Tony Stewart wins at Phoenix International Raceway, the 7th Pontiac win of the year.
It is time to settle it here in Homestead. White flag is in the air for Tony Stewart, trying to score his 3rd victory of the '99 season. The flag also up for Dale Jarrett in the final lap to try and complete his championship quest last time around.
It's awful exciting, Alan. This is 2 races within a race. We're going to see a winner, we're going to see a champion all at the same time.
Half a lap to go, 3/4 of a mile for Stewart. The 28-year-old from Rushville, Indiana, made his fame and fortune in open-wheel cars on the dirt and paved tracks of the Midwest. He's come to the NASCAR Winston Cup circuit in fine style in 1999. Checkered flag in the air. The inaugural Pennzoil 400 at Homestead goes to Tony Stewart. 3rd victory of the season for Stewart and his Joe Gibbs own team.
White flag next time by for that man.
Eli, if there's such a thing as total dominance, that car has been there all day long.
And so is the driver. Tony Stewart has done a brilliant job today behind the wheel. And she loves it.
There's a Tony Stewart fan. 1 more mile around Dover. And Tony will have his 4th career NASCAR Winston Cup win. It will be the 3rd win of the season for Pontiac. And as we said, the 12th winner in 13 races. Tony Stewart wins.
Smoker turn 4 is that one car, a lot of smoke, diving to the bottom. Kenny Irwin, and that's the caution.
Might this be the race? Probably not. He'll probably get it restarted again.
Trouble, front straightaway, a lot of smoke, car in the wall. Jeffrey Bodine. It is over. Tony Stewart wins the Kmart 400. It's all over. And there is a very soaked and very happy winner. 2 weeks in a row. Tony, Ken Squire is with him.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, it is over here in New Hampshire. The ThatLook.com 300 has gone to Tony Stewart by virtue of the rain that has fallen now at lap 273. So Tony Stewart wins, and he is our Bryant Cool driver of the race. Burning hot? Call Bryant to the rescue at 1-888-999-BRYANT. White flag is in the air for our race leader, Tony Stewart. To hang on to 3rd.
Steve Park dropped a little momentum there. You see Bobby Labonte now trying him on the outside.
Half a lap to go. Only the 4th win of the year for Tony Stewart. His 7th career victory. And the 8th Pontiac win of 2000. Tony Stewart sweeps at Dover Downs in Delaware here in the 2000 season.
And here comes Tony Stewart down to take the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Remember, he won the race last weekend at Dover. After starting in 27th position, he started on the pole here this afternoon, and it doesn't appear as if he's going to get a challenge on this last lap. He's now in turns 3 and 4, and winning his 2nd consecutive race of 2000 is Tony Stewart. His 5th win of this year. That's more than any other driver.
Benny Parsons projecting Florida to Bobby Labonte.
Yes.
And safely this time. White flag is out. Final lap for Tony Stewart. One more lap around 1.5 miles Homestead Miami Speedway for Bobby Labonte to get a Winston Cup championship ring. Fans are all on their feet in the grandstands. Labonte now off of turn number 2, half a lap away. He may catch Mark Martin for third. I probably won't get him.
I don't think he wants to. Who's happier now? These guys or the 20 bunch?
So much heart, so much effort, dedication, skills goes into winning a NASCAR Winston Cup championship on the part of so many teams. It'll be sweet for Joe Gibbs today. Tony Stewart wins the Pennzoil 400 for a second straight year.
They stay green. Todd Bodine got spun, but we keep going. We're under green with 1 lap to go, and they come back. Look at Rusty all over the rear bumper, that 24 car.
Gordon got such a terrible restart, and it really cost him a shot at getting up there and getting after Stewart.
Last lap.
There's a Park right there. Got a shot at getting under Rusty off of 2 over here. Can't quite make it happen. Car spinning down the back straightaway.
No matter. Checkered flag in the win. Tony Stewart, 10th career victory, first of the season. That was Elliott Sadler spinning down the backstretch as a lot of wild things happened in the last 2 laps.
Well, that's basically what that's all about. When you stop them over there and get them lined up like that for a shootout, that's just kind of a preview of the next week's race. Winston coming up. Oh, Gordon goes wide down there. He goes real wide. Or Stewart, I'm sorry. Gordon closed, but not enough.
He's still accelerating. He's bad on there.
Last lap.
Boy, Stewart went way wide down there, but took him out.
And Johnny Benson and Dale Jarrett go around in turn 11.
And Dale Jarrett had worked his way back up to 17th after overcoming that earlier spin down in that same.
Here we are on the final lap. Let's see if we got anything left here, guys. Tony Stewart keeps her on the track.
Tony picked up a lot of margin there. Dale Jarrett still stalled in turn 11. Now he finally gets going.
So this is one place.
And Terry Labonte has spun.
It doesn't matter. We're on the white flag lap. I'm sure the spotters will be telling these guys.
Terry Labonte's sitting right where those cars come off turn 11.
But they come to the flag no matter what on the last lap.
They race back.
The caution is out, but they race to the checkered flag and the caution. Stewart by 6 car lengths.
It's going to be interesting. Watch Robbie Gordon going after this turn 11. This is a time you might as well go on and drive it down in there, Robbie. See what you got, buddy.
He's too far back there. Lines it up and slides out of the groove. They know about Terry Labonte's car here.
Tony Stewart.
Look at Robbie. He's got her smoking sideways back there.
Off the corner, and Stewart will get his 11th career Winston Cup victory.
All right, what's it going to be? Is Stewart going to get held up by Jeff Burton? Can Kevin Harvick get to him? Final lap, half mile to go. The white flag is up. Stewart still working Jeff Burton. Here comes Harvick trying to close in. But it's not going to be enough. Tony Stewart gets his 3rd win of 2001. He wins the Sharpie 500 at Bristol.
Tony Stewart trying to score the 6th win in the last dozen races here for Joe Gibbs Racing.
You know, he had a great car at Daytona and didn't get to show it. He blew up right on the start of the race. Dominated down in Las Vegas. And here he sits looking like he's going to win this race today. Although I got to tell you, I wish Theo Jr. is going to dive that thing to the bottom down here with maybe 1 or 2 to go and see if he can't close that gap.
This is it. Final lap. Turn 4. Stewart the high line. Junior the low line is coming.
Here he comes.
He cuts the gap in half. But Tony Stewart scores his first super speedway win in over a year. White flag, Mike. Tony Stewart has only started 7 races at Richmond International Speedway, and he's about to go to victory lane for the 3rd time here. He won at Atlanta, and if he rounds turns 3 and 4, he'll score his 2nd victory of 2002. Tony Stewart's Home Depot Pontiac wins the Pontiac Excitement 400.
Ryan Newman 2nd, Jeff Burton 3rd, teammate Mark Martin In fourth, Jeremy Mayfield. He finishes fifth. Matt Kenseth sixth. Jeff Gordon seventh. Steve Grissom eighth. Ricky Craven ninth. And Jimmy Spencer comes home 10th.
This is it, the restart. And the white flag. 1 lap to go at Watkins Glen. Can any of these people behind Tony Stewart take the win away?
There he goes.
Oh, that was pretty early.
Whoa.
Green. That was pretty early.
Final lap at Watkins Glen. P.J. Jones not able to get a run on Robbie Gordon. Looked like he had a brief look on him. Have not heard a penalty call on Tony Stewart, so the restart stands. And now he's half a lap away from the checkered flag.
Oh, no.
One off in the dust in turn 1.
He drove out of it, though.
That was Ricky Craven. What a week it's been for Tony Stewart. Spent much of this week in turmoil. After the incident after Indianapolis last Sunday, thought he might lose his job in this car. The fine from NASCAR, the fine from his sponsor. He has agreed to undergo anger management counseling, trying to overcome the temper problems that have dogged him throughout his career. Today, he's funneled that anger into a powerful drive. As he comes to the final corner, Tony Stewart is going to win at Watkins Glen, his 3rd win of the season and his 1st win at this historic road course. Stewart's your victor.
Nobody run out of gas.
2nd for Nemechek, 3rd for Jeff Burton. Mark Martin's title bid will be a strong one today. He'll finish 4th. But at the end of the day, the big trophy will go to Tony Stewart. The Rushville Rocket from Indiana is the 2002 NASCAR Winston Cup champion.
And there's a big sigh of relief.
Yes, it is.
It didn't come easy. At a track where they've dominated in the 3 previous Winston Cup races here, an 18th place finish for the 20 car today, but it did the job. 2nd Winston Cup championship for Joe Gibbs Racing. And Tony Stewart is now just the 25th man in history to wear a NASCAR Winston Cup Champions ring.
Heard Mark Martin, the 6th car, complaining about his car pushing. One thing he could have done during that caution flag is get that right front cool just a little bit. But I'm going to tell you, Tony really stretches. Trouble!
Oh, no, I've seen this act before.
Jeff Green. All right, the caution is out. This probably will be for the race coming to the line. Jeff Green in the 1 car.
That's a shame. He was running so well.
Yeah, he crossed the line in 7th last time, Darrell.
I think that dirt bank back there and the guardrail change has done its job. That's a lot better than what we saw here last time.
Well, Mark Martin drove it into turn 3 that time.
This is for the win. This will be the final lap at speed, and Tony Stewart leads him to the flag.
Yeah, there's no way we can get this race restarted. That's lap 198. Boy, that had to hurt.
And we need to mention that our field just took the 1 to go along, of course, the white flag with the yellow flag. So they are on the last lap. They're over on the Long Pond Straight right now, right over in that same area.
Mike Skinner has climbed from his car. Also involved, and Greg Biffle continues to go around the racetrack. There's Mike in the yellow Kodak uniform. And Greg Biffle is going to try to complete the final lap, but won't much matter.
So smoked them.
Sure did.
Pretty good day. Good pit strategy. Oh, there.
He really did. And again, you know, we talked about this in the beginning of the day. No race practice for anyone yesterday. Tony Stewart, Greg Zipadelli, that group came up here and tested for 2 days, worked on race setup. Probably, even though I think he would have had a great race car here regardless, but I think that definitely paid off.
Well, yeah, and you know, when you come up here and test for 2 days and work on race setups and then you don't get any practice, you think, boy, what a great weekend.
He's bump driving the pace car.
Be careful.
And right behind him, what a day for Jack Roush. He gets a 2-3, and his 17 car with Matt Kenseth increases the point lead.
Yep. Well, Ryan Newman hangs in there in 5th place. Good day for him.
3 top 5s in a row for Ryan.
Yes, sir.
The defending Winston Cup champion, Tony Stewart, gets his first win of 2003, winning the Pocono 500.
Dale Jr. up there in 4th place. Good job, Dale Jr.
They've got the lead, and they're about to see the white flag. White flag is up. Final lap. In a bid for his second win of this season and his first at this racetrack.
There we go. Give some credit to Jimmy Johnson, because he's pulled in to 1 second of Tony Stewart. He's a half second behind Ryan Newman for second spot.
But the track position he lost earlier, he'll not be able to make up. The defending NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion is going to make a very excellent late charge from 8 seconds back to victory lane. Remarkable late race run for Tony Stewart as he wins the UAW GM Quality 500 here at Lowe's Motor Speedway, Charlotte. Of course, the day's headlines will be an interesting one for Tony and his team, involved in the incident with Casey Kane a little earlier on a restart, and then the altercation on pit road between the 9 and 20 pit crews. But in the end, it'll be a dominating performance by Stewart, who will have led 160 of 267 laps.
That's pretty dominant. Oh, he's been by far the best car today. There's no doubt about it.
Drivers who won a race a year ago who've not won this year. There are quite a few of them. In fact, 11 drivers. Winners last year, not this. Scratch one off the list. Tony Stewart, with his first win of 2004, he takes the Tropicana 400 in Chicago by almost 3 seconds over Jimmy Johnson. And now the white flag is up, and we're on the final lap here at Watkins Glen. Another 10 or so gear shifts, 7 corners plus the inner loop for Tony Stewart to find victory lane. We're assuming he'll find victory lane.
I bet he will.
Today.
And there goes the 41 car, Benny.
Yep, he's still running. White flag. Marty may be right. We'll see.
Well, can we say Jimmy was right?
Jimmy was right. Jimmy Elliott was right. Yeah. Not Marty. Tony, very impressive today.
This is a team that has endured its share of ups and downs, the different things that happen to them, the controversy that seems to just build up and swirl around them from time to time. Last weekend at the Brickyard 400, Tony Stewart not able to come up with the result that he so badly wants at that racetrack. Brushed it off probably as well as he ever has. A disappointment at Indianapolis particularly. And here at Watkins Glen today, overcoming the physical cramps that have dogged him throughout the day, and he's going to ride his way to a dominating win. He'll lead half the race today and take his second Watkins Glen checkered flag. Tony Stewart is the winner.
Well, Larry, this is just at that point where you got what you got, buddy.
Yes, sir. White flag.
If you run out now, just don't even tell me about it.
And it's hard to believe. 109 laps down, 1 to go. 34 cars still on the lead lap. Only 1 car out of this race.
And that is Tom Hubert.
And Jeff Gordon, who had climbed his way back up into the top 20, all of a sudden had another problem, and he's back in the 32nd spot. So
Jimmy Johnson, with him in 32nd, Darrell. Jimmy Johnson in 36th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. 42nd. Tough day for some of the biggest stars of the sport.
Well, we said coming in here today could make a big difference in the points, and it obviously has.
Greg Biffle's going to lead the points for the first time in his Nextel Cup career.
I believe our battle for second is heated up. Rudd here in the 21, looking back at Kurt Busch in the 97.
Run hard. Guard your inside down there in 11. We're driving deep. Guard your inside.
Well, they didn't need to tell him, because that's been...
Rudd got a good run off of 10 there. I think it's going to pay off for him.
And Kurt might not be expecting Rudd to hold the bottom here. Checkered flag will be in the air. 20th career win for Tony Stewart, his 4th Nextel Cup road course victory, and Ricky Rudd holds off Kurt Busch for 3rd. Rusty Wallace, Dale Jarrett, Elliott Sadler, and Ron Fellows is the first of the road course ringers. Nice job by Brian Simo to finish in the top 10 as well.
I looked out the hotel window this morning at 7:30. There were already fans walking around the Daytona International Speedway. The race delayed 2.5 hours. But the fans have stayed here. Now at 1:40 in the morning, white flag for Tony Stewart. Last lap. This would be it no matter what happens.
Just not close enough to get anything done.
No. Jimmy Johnson is trying to get by Dale Jarrett on the outside.
Yeah, that 20 car will get awfully wide from this point on.
Half a lap for Tony Stewart. One on the road course a week ago at Sonoma. Picked up emotion and momentum, pursuing his second Nextel Cup championship. Tony Stewart, a native of Indiana, has always wanted to win in Indianapolis, but tonight he's going to shut out the field, and Tony Stewart takes the checker flag at Daytona. White flag. Tony Stewart in the 20, the leader. Behind him, the 97 of Kurt Busch. Then Bobby Labonte, Kyle Busch, and Greg Biffle. And Biffle is right on the bumper of the 5. That's the race for 4th. That's your race leader. Half a lap to go. Remember, those two had contact just a few laps ago. They're going to battle it out for 4th. But Tony Stewart's going to bring that Home Depot Chevrolet off of turn 4. And Tony Stewart, a winner at Daytona, now wins at New Hampshire. He sweeps out of turn 4 and sees the white flag at the same track where his hero A.J. Foyt won before him. Now Tony Stewart is 2.5 miles away from history.
Looking in his mirror about 2 seconds right now.
Turn 2 at the Brickyard. Down the backstretch.
This is going to be really, really big for him.
Half a lap to go. The fans cheering. Through turn 4, the last trip down the front stretch. Tony Stewart, a native Hoosier, his dream comes true. Tony Stewart wins the All-State 400 at the Brickyard. Let the party begin. Out of turn 7 to the pit stretch. White flag, last lap at the Glen.
Robbie Gordon radioed his crew, no way we're going to make it. We're done. I don't know if he meant he's out of fuel, if there's no way he can catch the 20. And no, he's not catching the 20.
That's probably what he's talking about. They're just not going to catch the 20 because the car certainly seems to be under power.
Well, this 20 team is in top championship form right now. Off the win at Indianapolis a week ago. Headed for victory lane here at Watkins Glen. In Michigan next week and then Bristol.
I mean, in 2 laps, he has pulled out to a 2.5-second lead on really good drivers and race cars.
Won at Sonoma earlier this year. Tony Stewart, the new road course king in the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. Sweeps off of 7, makes the right-hander. He can see the checkered flag now. Tony Stewart goes back-to-back and wins at the Glen.
Talk about dominating.
Wow! Greg Biffle wins the race. Watching for Tony Stewart. Hey, did we get second? Tony Stewart is the 2005 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series champion.
And Greg Biffle, the first thing he asked, are we second in NASCAR Nextel Cup points?
They're tied, aren't they?
Yes.
He and Carl Edwards are tied for second, looks like.
Unofficially, they are both 35 points behind the championship winner, Tony Stewart.
And there is the champion crew.
Biffle will win that tiebreaker.
While this is going on, though, Tony Stewart in the 20, he's drove off into the sunset. White flag this time.
Can you say adios, amigos?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car, he's going to make It's a three-way battle for third.
Kyle Busch slips up. Here comes Johnson.
Yeah, the stage drive's real bad down there, right in the middle of 1 and 2 and off. Kyle got on the outside a little bit too much.
And here comes Junior to the inside.
Big Orange. Tony Stewart gets the win.
And Kyle Busch got loose. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will beat him back to the line for fourth.
Well, it's a good race for second, third, and fourth.
It was that.
The blood is thicker than water, but most brothers in racing would rather beat their own brother than anybody else. How about the Busch brothers?
Well, we're going to find out here, boys. It's 1 to go, and the Busch boys are in hot pursuit.
And here comes Matt Kenseth in that 17th car on the high side. He's getting help from his teammate McMurray in the 26.
Kenseth has never won here, but he's taking the long way around on the outside.
And just remember, it gets really tense. Coming down the back right here, you start blocking.
In turn 3, caution is out.
Caution is out. Will we go to overtime or will the checkered flag wave?
That's it. We were in the white flag lap.
We took the white flag. We took the white flag.
The field is frozen at the moment of caution. The yellow flag waves as they come toward the finish line. Tony Stewart and the Home Depot Chevrolet will score the second win of 2006.
Stewart is just backing off, isn't he, Matt? I think he's running half throttle right now.
Greg Zipadelli told him, you got to slow down at least another 3/10 a lap for me. Just work with me on this. He's letting cars go by to try to pick up a draft off of them.
Go ahead and bring her down pit road here.
Jimmy Johnson too fast exiting pit road.
Oh, gee. And Stewart's got a 17-second lead on Casey Mears, who runs second right now.
And Mark Martin runs third. From a car he said was terrible early in the race, now third. Can he get to the finish? We work the final lap. Stewart down the backstretch.
He looks like he's out of fuel.
Should be quite a few more of them running out.
Stewart's out.
Can he coast around in time? Had that 17-second lead. Casey Mears is the second place car. Stewart slow through turn 4, trying to reach the finish line.
It looks like Casey Mears is out of fuel now.
Casey Mears slow in turn 3. Tony Stewart's going to take the checkered flag and coast across the finish line and win.
That's unbelievable.
There's Mears. Tony Raines is out of fuel. Mears gets second place.
He just came on the radio and Bill said, where did we finish? And they started screaming, you just won on fuel mileage for the first time.
Stewart the leader, Johnson second. Again, Kenseth down low, Earnhardt in the high groove. Junior making those older tires work. Had 10 green flag laps on them. Stewart takes the white flag last lap at Atlanta. Can Johnson get there? Can Kenseth get third from Earnhardt? And a car in the wall.
The 07 car.
Boyer trying to keep it high on the track. They've already taken the white flag. If the caution was to come out, the race would be over. Kenseth trying to make a move on the 8 of Earnhardt. This is for third.
Junior's getting loose. And so did the 17. Kenseth's got loose. Got on the apron a little bit.
Tony Stewart takes the checkered flag.
Earnhardt.
Tony Stewart has been strong all day. Has led 277 of the 338 laps. White flag last lap.
Pretty even that lap. I think he's going to be able to get him.
Doesn't look that way.
Down the backstretch for the final time. Tony Stewart won last week at Atlanta with a dominating run, strong pit stops, a good crew. Outside the chase for the Nextel Cup Championship, cannot defend his title, but he can be strong down the stretch. Tony Stewart wins at Texas. Those are teammates from Roush Fenway Racing. Matt Kenseth and Carl Edwards.
And Matt's probably the best there is at blocking you without telling you that, without you knowing that he's blocking you.
Last lap.
99's right on him right now. Oh, goes down to the bottom, and he almost forced Matt to run a little bit higher, but
then you see
not the grip.
Yeah, he goes back to the gas and it pushes up the racetrack. Now these guys are just trying not to take each other out at that point in time.
Just bring it on home.
Did you hear him say not much teamwork here, just bring it on home?
So Kenseth in second, Edwards in third. But Tony Stewart, 20 races since his last trip to victory lane at Texas in November. Tony Stewart wins at Chicago.
Great run for the 20 Home Depot team and Tony Stewart.
All right, Tony Stewart comes by. He had not won a race in 20 starts dating back to last fall. And then 2 weeks ago, he took this car to Chicagoland Speedway and spanked them. Led over 100 laps and said, guys, that has now become my favorite race car. I want to take this car to my home track. So they brought it to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a track, as you heard, that he came to when he was 5 years old, riding in a luggage rack on top of a bus, covered up in coats, so he could watch these guys race. It's a track that he has dreamed of winning time and time again. He won here in 2005, and once again, with the help of that guy right there, Zippy, Greg Zipadelli, Tony Stewart will come down here in 2007 and take the win in the All-State 400. Tony Stewart wins it. White flag for Tony Stewart, trying to pick up his third win in 2007, and his fourth win here at Watkins Glen. Can he hold off the charging 99 of Carl Edwards, who, by the way, is driving with an injured thumb, a previously dislocated thumb and a bandage, trying to shift gears and hang on to that steering wheel.
Well, Jerry, he just cleared the most critical part on the racetrack, turn one. That has ate everybody's lunch today. He's just got to get through this inner loop clean. Let's watch him get through here. Nice smooth turns, not aggressive. You see Carl Edwards' left front tire in the air. He's driving hard. And Andy in turn 9 coming to 10. He's about got this thing home.
Carl's not giving up, though. He's just trying as hard as he can to get right to the bumper of the 20 car, Tony Stewart.
Carl's got 2 more shots, the entry at 10 and the entry at turn 11 to catch him.
And Carl goes off the racetrack.
Edwards off in the gravel. Here comes Tony Stewart out of turn 11. And congratulations to Team Chevy driver Tony Stewart, winner of the Nextel Cup at Watkins Glen.
Denny Hamlin's teammate comes in second.
Coming out of turn 4, it'll be white flag this time by for Tony Stewart. Regan Smith, the rookie behind him. Menard is there. Sadler is there. Here comes Elliott Sadler.
Yeah, he's not getting any help, though. He made a great move there, but nobody wanted to go with him.
I can't believe that these guys at DEI cars are going to be satisfied with second and third. They're going to have to go for it here.
Now watch the 31 and the 07. Teammates for Childress, Burton, and Boyer.
They want to try.
Run single file.
They're all wanting to go, but everybody's just filling that spot, so they're not getting that opportunity.
David Reagan hasn't won. Regan Smith, the rookie. Paul Menard is there. Tony Stewart has never won at Talladega in a NASCAR Sprint Cup car.
He's going to have to do a lot of blocking right here. They've got to run on him. Got to run.
Here they come.
I can't go down there and do that, though.
Actually, I think it's legal on the last lap.
He might have got it right there. I think it's legal on the last lap.
Here's the replay again. Watch a 0-1.
And he got forced down there. I mean, Tony Stewart actually forced him down a little bit.
Well, yeah, if you're going to consider that he only, yeah.
They are saying Tony Stewart has won the race. Tony Stewart is the official winner here at Talladega. They would not allow that pass below the yellow line.
Tony Stewart down the front stretch. White flag, last lap. This will be the last lap of the race.
Now you want to run this lap so hard you can't see straight, but you still got to save it. You still got to save a little bit.
He's still got a pretty good cushion, I think, once he gets to 2.
Johnson to second.
Johnson to second here.
2.5 seconds behind.
Can't take the racer out of Carl, though.
These guys are not saving fuel right now.
No, they're not saving fuel. Carl drove right back up under him. That's
Just you and him. It's 6 back to anything else.
That's for second. If Stewart runs out, that would be for the win.
Clear.
Tony in turn 2.
Boy, they're barreling down on him now.
It's a long way from turn 3 to the start-finish line, though. Look at him looking.
Tony Stewart out of the final turn. Made the big move in the offseason.
Here he comes.
To go over to Haas Racing, take over part of the ownership, and Tony Stewart's going to take that team to victory lane.
48's out of gas. See him on the inside there. Listen to the crowd, man.
He ran out of turn 2. We're not done as we're coming around, getting ready for the white flag.
31 at Burton car.
Here they come. To the outside. Here comes Kyle Busch. He's got him, and Tony cuts off Hamlin.
What's Tony going to do?
You're clear.
And now the question is, Tony's got no help because these guys are running too wide behind him.
Right.
So now it's man on man right now.
I don't think it's gonna get wider here in a minute, I believe. Here comes Johnson in behind Stewart. Is it enough? Hamlin's high side up there by himself in the 11. First lap led all night by Kyle Busch, and it's the money lap, and it might be all it takes.
It really
now, what does Johnson do to help Stewart?
Doesn't matter. Kyle Busch is going to hog all the racetrack, he should. He's mirror driving right now.
Tony Stewart trying to get to the bottom.
He may get turned for mirror driving, but he's going to be mirror driving.
Stewart's trying to squeeze in there.
See that hand?
Shoving to the bottom.
Oh, he just wanted to touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes. No,
there he turns him. He turns him.
Busch in the wall. Here comes Stewart to the checkered flag. And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line.
In the 26-year history of NASCAR racing at Watkins Glen, there has never been a last lap pass here for the victory. And if it's going to happen, it needs to happen right now. White flag for Tony Stewart, and there's the interval back between Stewart and Ambrose.
Well, it's all about the fuel now. There's not going to be a pass unless something happens as far as the fuel goes. Okay. It's gut check time right now. You got to think even both of them are thinking about saving, just try to feather foot it up through here, because the only thing that's going to lose it for him is running out of fuel. Yeah, but if you're the 47, you don't want to lose contact with him in case that happens coming out of the last corner. Yeah. You want to be able to have that opportunity.
The top 6 cars are very, very close on fuel. Got to be wondering if they can make it another half a lap. Tony Stewart trying to make it and win the race. Marcus Ambrose trying to make it and finish second, or maybe hope Tony Stewart doesn't.
Looks like they're going to make it. This is going to be the critical corner here.
The one car, Martin Truex, we are told, slowing over in the back of the course. He may be out of fuel.
Great run by Tony Stewart today, though. Showed why he's so good.
Coming out of turn 11, it will be official. Tony Stewart wins at Watkins Glen. Marcus Ambrose, best career finish in second spot, and Carl Edwards will come home from the back of the pack in third. Kyle Busch fourth. Greg Biffle, the first ever top 5 here. Tony began the chase in disappointing fashion. Although he led 52 laps at New Hampshire, they had an issue. He ended up finishing out of the top 10. Stewart finally gets a top 10 last week at Dover, Delaware, but has not had a top 5 since his win at Watkins Glen. Now Tony is 1 lap away from getting his 4th win of the year. That's the margin, 0.6 of a second. Tony Stewart trying to hold off Jeff Gordon. 2 turns away for Tony Stewart, the 38-year-old 2-time champion, coming out of turn 4, and Tony Stewart will win it at Kansas Speedway.
There is your race leader for Tony Stewart. It looks like the streak is going to continue, as his lead right now is 1.3 seconds over Carl Edwards. Another guy that's got a
flag this time.
Big night. Carl Edwards coming home in second if he stays right there, and Jimmy Johnson looks like the Jimmy Johnson of old, guys.
Yeah, and he's been running some of the fastest, if they've been the fastest car the last 5 or 6 laps, so they have really got their program going in the right direction at the right time.
For Tony Stewart, his last win was Kansas back in October of 2009. It's been 31 starts since he has tasted to Champaign and Victory Lane. But here he comes.
Ring the bell, baby. Woo! Nice job, D. Good job, guys.
His 38th win with Carl Edwards second. Jimmy Johnson comes home in third. And in fourth, it will be Jeff Burton with Kyle Busch fifth. Kurt Busch comes back to finish sixth. Boyer, Newman, Montoya, Ambrose with a good run to finish in the top 10.
There's your white flag.
White flag is out. Tony Stewart looking to pick up another win and make a statement that he's going to be a contender. And Clint Boyer underneath the 48. Coming out of turn number 2. Can Boyer clear him? Boyer's got second. Now Jimmy goes to the high side. Boyer comes down, opens the door. Johnson's got to run.
Jimmy's going to have the momentum right here.
Coming out of turn number 4. For the first time in his career, Tony Stewart is going to win here at Auto Club Speedway. The battle's going to be for second. Stewart takes the checker flag. Who gets second? Boyer, Johnson, Kane, Newman.
Is somebody going to run out and lose a chunk of points? Will the lead change hands in the final lap, or can Stewart begin his championship with a breakthrough win? There are cars on the apron running out of fuel as Stewart takes the white flag. It was Kyle Busch, Andy referenced a second ago, on the apron out of fuel. Half a lap to go.
Now Gordon's out of fuel.
All clear. Keep coming.
You'll see Gordon there. Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, all slowing out of gas. Tony Stewart, the fuel holds up. Tony Stewart opens the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup with his first win of the season. There are cars running out of gas everywhere around this racetrack. Matt Kenseth getting pushed by the 38 car. He doesn't want that on the last lap of this race.
Well, he got pushed all the way down the back straightaway and all the way through 3 and 4.
White flag is up this time. 1 lap to go.
Looks like Brad Keselowski took second away from Greg Biffle.
Final lap in New Hampshire. Watching Tony Stewart to see if he's got enough fuel to make it. The advantage he has, he's up 7 seconds on Keselowski now as other people begin to fade.
Take a deep breath. I got this.
Sounds like he's got plenty of fuel.
So if he was stalking him, he knew just what he was doing. 2 wins in a row to start the chase.
Way to go.
Tony Stewart wins at New Hampshire. Here they come.
Joey Logano into the wall.
Car in the wall, turn 3.
White flag's out, though.
Logano still driving around. We are on the last lap. Stewart, Johnson, Gordon. Will there be a bump and run? He's going to try it. Johnson gets there, but not enough. Tony Stewart wins at Martinsville. The white flag flying for Tony Stewart as he comes off of turn number 4, 1 lap away from victory.
White flag here. White flag. Bring it home.
Stewart started this championship with a win at Chicagoland, backed it up the next week with a win at New Hampshire, then had the terrible race at Dover where he finished 25th. Not all that impressive at Kansas, 15th, but then 8th at Charlotte, 7th at Talladega, the winner at Martinsville last week, and a dominator today. He'll gain ground, not a ton, as Carl Edwards is going to finish second. But with his 4th win in 8 tries in his bid for the championship, Tony Stewart takes the checkered flag at Texas.
Tony Stewart.
White flag here. White flag. Bring it home.
Final lap. Stewart and Edwards, 1st and 2nd. Winner takes the championship.
This is just the most incredible run I've ever seen out of a race car driver, what Tony Stewart has done in this chase and tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the best driving I've ever seen, and Carl Edwards did an incredible job too, but this is the man right here, Tony Stewart.
2002, he was the champion. 2005, he was the champion, those driving for someone else. This time, he's an owner driver, and he's become a 3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion. Tony Stewart wins it.
So we got it. We got it. We got the tiebreaker, baby. Awesome job.
Tony's car is just a little bit better. It's just good enough. It is. You're not going to pass him.
White flag. Jimmie Johnson won here on a last lap pass in 2006, but he trails Stewart by 3 car lengths out of 2.
Yeah, that 14 is just too strong up off the bottom of the corner. Jimmie tried everything he could, but 14 is just stout.
Turn 4, final time. Johnson arcs high, brings it down low. The defending Sprint Cup champion Tony Stewart makes it a smoke show in Vegas and wins the Cobalt Tools 400.
Another great finish for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Chris.
All right, thanks, Krista. 129 laps, and Tony Stewart is your winner. His second victory this year. Dick Berggren is standing by. It's damp, but it's a legitimate victorious celebration, Dick.
Coming down through the tri-oval. Once we get the white flag, the next flag will end it, whether it's the caution or the checker. Side by side with a lap to go at Daytona.
And these guys are going to run. They're going to be leaning on each other going down the backstretch. Oh, my God. We got somebody sideways. Wow, Burton did an unbelievable job saving that race car.
Amazing save by Jeff Burton.
Now we got the 14 out there all by himself, but he got a big push to get away from those guys.
Tony Stewart pulling down in front of Matt Kenseth. And Kane with a little charge in the outside lane.
That's the break that Tony needed right there.
This is going to be... They're
stacking up. They're stacking up.
Through turns 3 and 4
here we go.
the final time. Big crash behind the race leader, Tony Stewart. That's going to allow smoke to pull away. What's going to happen behind him? Can Burton get there? No, he can't. Tony Stewart wins it at Daytona.
We'll take that.
Great finish.
From 42nd to the win.
1 lap to go in a thriller at Dover, Delaware.
I tell you, he drove that thing up all 4, even though it was sideways. And don't look now, that 18 car slipping in the picture might get around Jeff Gordon if he's not careful.
Tony Stewart will come up on Timmy Hill in the back straightaway, looking for his 48th career win. Hill stays high, and the driver who started the weekend saying this is our worst track is going to victory lane in Dover. Tony Stewart wins the FedEx 400, benefiting Autism Speed.
Smoke today.
And the white flag waves. 1 to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Well, this is the closest Hamlin's been in a few laps.
I tell you, I think Hamlin's he's going to pounce. If he's got anything, Tony better not do what he did in the 7 this time, or he's in trouble.
Try to dive you down here.
They're working him.
Not close enough.
Nope. Tony's right where he needs to be, man.
See if he can make a gain. It's all about getting off of this corner. He gets in there good. Oh, he missed it a little bit.
We're about to be ready for the dive.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's wheel hopping. He's going to hit him.
Hamlin is there.
He hit him.
Hey,
oh,
got him. Oh, no. No.
It's not over.
Get him back.
Denny got in there and wheel hopped. I don't think he meant for that to happen, but then he made contact with Tony. I think Tony was also pretty loose getting in there.
Well, that was what happened to Tony lap before, you know, when he got loose into 7 and that allowed Hamlin to close up.
Hey, this thing's not over, guys. Watch what happens into turn 11 in this heavy braking zone.
2 more corners. Hamlin trying to pull away.
Close enough.
I think Tony used up his stuff. I mean, we knew he was having, you know, issues
Here we go.
With the car.
Stewart inside.
Oh,
he is there. He gets Hamlin. They hit. And Stewart comes off turn 11. Look at that. And he's coming to the flag.
How did that
Tony
happen?
Stewart wins.
How did that happen? Are you kidding me?
Oh, my goodness.
All right, man. How does that feel, buddy? Still a champion, buddy. Yeah, I'll take that.
That's funny.
We started our season in Daytona with an unbelievable side-by-side finish. Denny Hamlin stealing the lead from Matt Kenseth and beating Martin Truex by fractions of a second.
And we better every week. I'm really proud of everybody on this deal.
We
Just
finished
keep going, guys.
with a spectacular finish.
Wow.
He just made the chase.
2 drivers who both refused to lose on the last lap.